It was just time for content in the curriculum that reflected more recent advances in our field, namely trauma-informed care. We call it trauma-competent practice. We're recognizing more and more in the field of social work and related fields that I've heard upwards of 90% of people who seek behavioral health services have some trauma history. And so if we don't recognize that and treat them with that in mind, we can actually do more harm than good. And so it's been a huge paradigm shift that's evolved slowly over the last 30 years in looking at what happened to the person versus what's wrong with the person. So understanding how pervasive trauma is in our client system, how what kind of impact it has, and then how to not re-traumatize, because a lot of traditional practices in social work and healthcare and mental health have actually served as triggers for these clients. So not only do they not get better, we might be doing harm. So there's been a huge recognition of that. So it seemed like a really important direction for our program to go. It will help them no matter what setting they work in, whether they're working in a hospital, a school, a jail, a mental health clinic, a homeless shelter. They are going to be working with people who have a history of trauma. So in terms of finding a job when they graduate, they are going to stand out from their peers. They are really going to be at the forefront. This is really the cutting edge of our profession right now. There's over 250 accredited MSW programs in the country, and there's a handful that have some sort of trauma focus, like less than 5. And so this is really setting our students up to, like I said, be at the forefront of the profession. But the quality is huge, and I think one of the things both here and in Colorado Springs that we offer is that hands-on, individualized attention. I mean, we really get to know our students, and they're not just a number. There's a very sort of intimate kind of setting, and professors are accessible and approachable. I think our professors are a real asset quality-wise. Most of us have 25 plus years of experience in the field, which is a nice way of saying we're old, but even our adjunct faculty, they're people that have worked in the community, know their particular area as experts, and then they bring that into the classroom, which really enriches the student's experience. So why is that a benefit, to have that hands-on? To really be able to apply what they're learning in the classroom. I mean, anyone can read a book, hear a lecture, but having that kind of individualized attention is going to ensure their success, not only to help them learn how to apply it, but to individualize how we work with each student. We still have very high standards, but we care about our students as people. And if they're experiencing something in their life that's a barrier in their education, we're there to support them and help them through it. And in a bigger school, you're not going to get that. I mean, if your professor even knows your name, they're certainly not going to take the time necessarily to talk about what's happening in your life and how we can support your academic success.